Right, folks, it is Monday morning, it is Galway, day 1, it is Goodwood Eve, and it is Connor 500 with today's horse racing tips. Thank you so much for jumping aboard the train. We have got a massive week ahead of us. We're going to grind it through. It is a marathon, not a sprint, and we're all going to stick together. We kick it off today, although today's not the busiest day, I must say. How did it go yesterday? Not bad. We got a winner in each, but that second one was looking terrible. I was watching that back a few times. There was a point in that second one when our one at the front started falling back and the one at the back got pushed along. And I was thinking, right, that's just my luck. I'm just going to grab this thing. I just dropped my thing. I thought, right, that's just my luck. But Leitrim Rock zoomed along, an aeroplane under him, and done well. How did the golf do? The golf was rubbish. We soldier on with the golf. Guys, we've got a competition for tomorrow. Tomorrow there is a competition. There's a £50 Connor 500 game. You get 50 right into your bank account the next working day. All you've got to do is pick these 3 winners, guys. No favourites allowed. And what I mean by that is, if your horse is the favourite at the off, so say the race is off and your horse is favourite, don't count. It doesn't count. So no favourites allowed. And I've got to do that. Because otherwise the game could be too short odds at the smaller end. So if you end up as a favourite, you're not allowed. But we got the 250 Goodwood, the 505 Goodwood, and the 545 Galway. Does that make sense? So tomorrow's races, tell me these 3 winners and you'll get 50 big ones right in your bank. 250 Goodwood, 505 Goodwood, and 540 Galway. Get your entries in. Best of luck. I hope you all win. But obviously you can't all win. How have I done it today? Galway day 1. Galway day 1, how have I done it? I was not in love with it today, which is why you'll notice I've 2-starred it. I wasn't completely in love with this today. But obviously it's worth a go. We got the 2 nice juicy handicaps, the 2 16 plus handicaps. That's always what you want to look out for. 15, get out of it. 14, in the bin. 13, maybe, if you get, well, it depends what each way you're getting. But what I'm saying is look for the 16. Guys, I've done 3 times 3 big doubles. We've never done 3 times 3 doubles this size before. I didn't like anything else too much. There was a marginal Lingfield race, a marginal one at Lingfield. There was a 7-4 each way, a 7-4 each way today. That wouldn't have been bad, to be honest. But I thought, I don't want the trouble. I just didn't want the trouble today. So what I've done is 540 Galway, 640, straight each way doubles. Tomorrow's going to be a lot busier. Tomorrow we'll have a lot more on the go. But today I'm sticking. There's an earlier Galway race. There's an earlier race, which probably isn't bad. But it would have been a marginal lucky Yankee. So I thought, you know what? 540 Galway, what's a fella to do? Largy gift and boom, boom, boom. So we've got what's a fella to do? Largy gift and boom, boom, boom in the first race. Not massive prices. If I could have got massive prices, I would have done them. But it's just a grinding day. And we got SCARAMANGA, The Very Man, and BURREN Song at 12s, 14s, and 25s. So in the first race, we got 10s, 14s, and 16s. And in the second race, we got 12s, 14s, and 25s. It's an absolute grinding bet. I hope we're all going to grind through it. And yeah, I think that's the end of that. Hopefully a bit of luck today. I would have preferred a bit more, but we're doing the right thing just over and over and over again. I have updated, I'm going to go in a minute, but I've updated that bio because obviously every YouTube account's got a bio. I've updated it because I didn't have one for the last 6 months. I started off at the top. I've put be gamble aware, so if you want to quit, and also quit gambling and stuff. So if you want to quit, now's your time. I've then put my biography down there, where I've worked. Started off at Ladbrokes, Sippenham, as a teenager. I'd done 2 years in the Ladbrokes shop as a cashier and assistant manager. While I was there, they let me go to Reading Majeski Stadium to do the football bets. They still use the old 2-part slips. Can you imagine that? Even in 2013, there were still old 2-part slips in use somewhere. And it was at Reading Majeski Stadium. And we also did Royal Ascot, 2013. Loved that. I loved that Ascot much more than the football. Much better atmosphere. We then move on to early 2014. I moved up to Ladbrokes head office. And it was in Rayners Lane at the time. It was back then it was Rayners Lane. Now it's Stratford. I didn't like it. It was a load of rubbish there. I knew it was going to be. I could tell. No one was getting any money. The manager, the trading manager at Ladbrokes, or one, not the huge trading manager, but one of them, was working at Sainsbury's at night as well as a second job in order to pay the mortgage. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I thought, if someone's doing that at Ladbrokes and they're having to do that, so I left there. That must have been a month, 3 weeks to a month I was there. I then had 4 years until 2018, just pure punting. 2014 till 2018, gold mine. That was an absolute gold mine. Anyone who was punting big back then will know it. Bonus offers flying, free bets flying, everything was flying. Absolute value. In 2014, I went to work for a friend of a friend called JB. If anyone knows JB in Ascot, big family firm, been going many years and years and years. It's a family firm called JB. That's not the name, but I'm initialising it. And anyone knows will know. I did almost 6 months there, 5-6 months there. Absolutely loved it. Got to be a head trader. And I will tell you one thing. If there is anyone here looking to become a trader with a bookmaker, you're looking to become a bookmaker's trader, my advice is go to the little firms. Go to the small independents. Don't go to Ladbrokes, don't go to, well, they're the same firm now. Don't go to Paddy, and no one will ever notice you at the big firms. No one ever will notice you at the big firms. And if they do notice you, they've got no power to do anything. Whereas in the little independent firms, there's just 5-6 of you sat there. That's all there is. In these small, even at night, at say 12 at night, you've only got 2 people in there. These independent firms are tiny. And every single month, apart from the first one that I worked for that independent firm, I got 400 extra to my bank every month than I was supposed to, just as a little bit of a bonus. 400 every single month. Don't get me wrong, the wages were not great in the first place. I just, the wages weren't great there in the first place. But that's what I'm saying, and you'll get better positions in the independent firms. I loved it there. There was loads of situations. I'm going to have to finish this video quick. There was loads of situations. TOD, and I've said this before. We had I've showed the bets, I don't need to do it. We had a customer called TOD, an Irishman, an older gentleman, must have been about 60. His initials were TOD. I know his name, but I'm not going to say it. And he was betting like a professional punter. He was betting like a proper pro. And everyone wanted to get rid of him in the office. JB wanted to get rid of him. Dave wanted to get rid of him. Neil wanted to get rid of him. Mark didn't, because Mark Horosky from the Racing Post, absolute gentleman. We've had him on the channel before. Horosky, we've had him on the channel before. He was the one who got me to do the videos. Absolute proper gentleman, professional as well, and knows his stuff. There's not many better people in this game that knows their form than Mark Horosky from the Racing Post and for TalkSport and stuff like that. We've had him on here from the channel before. Lovely man. But anyway, TOD, every single one in the office wanted to get rid of him. I managed to convince them to keep him, and we had about 5% on him, so we got a nice margin. Anyway, I've rambled that story. I left there when I shouldn't have done. I left JB, I shouldn't have done, but I did because I was just about to have a baby, not personally. And I left there, and then about a few months later, I got a call from someone. I'll say the name for this one. I'll say the name. Star Sports. You know Star Sports. They got shops. They got an online firm. I got a bell from Star Sports saying, "Do you want to come and help out in our punting team?" Because for those who don't know, most people won't know this. Star Sports Bookmaker is actually the biggest punting team in the UK and Ireland. Star Sports Bookmaker is also the biggest punting team. Now you know. So I did that for quite a while. I was leading one of their teams. That was beautiful. We was doing all the bets that I was doing anyway. We was getting all the shorteners in from the office, because anything that the office was dodgy in the office, they would pass over to us. And one thing we was doing massively at the Star Sports punting team, which a lot of you will be surprised at, we was doing casino offers. And we had a whole spreadsheet. A lot of guys during the nights when the shop were closed, we got them grinding the casino. And what we would do is open the account, do the bonus offer, withdraw, move on, and it would be bonus offer after bonus offer. Lovely times. And I shouldn't have left there either. I shouldn't have left all these things. And that pretty much brings me up to now. 2021, I started doing this channel. Why did I start doing the channel instead of doing that? The game was dying massively. It became a lot harder to get money on. And anyone will know it's harder to get money on now than it was 5 years ago. And I'd moved to Devon at the time. I thought I was going to live in Devon forever. And I kept myself to myself, and you need to get a load of accounts. I thought, you know what, just do the channel. And that's when I did. But it was Horosky that got me to do the channel. Yeah. And I love it. I love doing it. I love doing all these tactics. I'm surprised. I'm going to close the video now. I'm going to finish the video because it's 10 minutes in. But I am genuinely surprised that no one ever did this before. I'm surprised that 10 years ago, there wasn't an older version of me doing this here. And then when I would have come along, it would have already been done. Bad each ways and 16-runner handicaps. I am so surprised that no one ever done this before, because they could have made loads of money, because they could have done a private thing. It is, you know, it is what it, I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they didn't. But I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully we have a good day at Galway. Take care of yourself. Much love from Connor 500. Hopefully a couple of winners. You know we need it. Good luck in the competition. And I will see you tomorrow for glorious good